Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Success Life Live. My name is G Reid, and you're in my sound booth for the day. Yes, I know. It's like, what's going on in the sound booth? You know, a little bit in the casual wear and a little bit of the scruff thing going on. Well, I'll explain in just a minute. In the meantime, I want to welcome you and everybody to Success Life Live. Whether you're watching it live or in the replay, we gather here every weekday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern to sort of get the mindset right, to get our thinking in the right direction, to get ourselves moving in the direction we need to go to build the life we want. And so I appreciate you jumping in and joining me. Good morning, Damien. Buena dias, Damien. Good morning, Julia. Good morning. I think I just saw Ale pop in. Not really sure. Good morning, Juan. So the scruff, the sort of like discombobulated, confusing space, it's because we're up in the mountains, and up here in the mountains I gotta like find the Wi-Fi signal, and my run is outdoor, and things change. Everything, like, I have to be a lot more flexible when we're up here. And so I said, you know what, I'm just gonna go on. I'm not gonna do the whole get cleaned up, get shaved, get my makeup and hair crew, you know, in line. I'm just gonna step into it as me, raw and real. And then it sort of prompted me as I was out doing the run, thinking, you know, how this holiday season, and we're going into Thanksgiving, and then it rolls into pre-Christmas, and then office parties, and then team parties, and then, you know, we're kind of moving into the official holiday chaos. And how in that official holiday chaos, often we show up as the person that we're expected to show up as. You know, we get all the glam on, or we get all the suit and tie on, and we go to these events and we play the role, you know, like the good wife, the good husband, the good employee, the good team leader. We get all poised and perfect to go into this holiday season. And as we go to family dinners or gatherings in neighborhoods, we step into the roles again and again and again, and we sort of get in this mask putting on mode during the holidays. And I want to caution you. I want to just sort of remind you to show up as you, to take a moment and breathe in and be confident and comfortable and clear on who you are. Give them the gift of knowing the real you. Give them the gift of being authentic. Now, we have family members, everybody does, excuse me, that, you know what, they push against us. And so we sort of manicure our behavior and like, well, you know, to avoid a fight with so-and-so, just don't say this, or to avoid this, don't say that. Well, that's okay. That's all about politeness. But when you stop being you, when you stop allowing the real you to shine, then what are you giving these people that you're actually calling significant? You're giving them a fake you, the unreal you, the plastic you, the manicured you, the rehearsed you. And they never get to connect to you, and you never really get to connect to them, because you're going through this path of networking craziness. And, you know, I grew up a long time in my family trying to be the perfect son. You know, as the only boy, the firstborn, like all of the labels that you could stick on me, I was like, okay, I got to show up like this. If life is bad, don't mention it. If you lost your job, don't talk about it. If your health was upset, don't talk. Like I showed up, I had my suit and tie, I had my perfect, you know, sun outfit on. I drank water, I ate only the holy fish, and I said, you know what, I am the perfect child, look at me. I never got to really connect to my parents through that role. I never got to connect to my siblings through that role, or my uncles and aunts, because they didn't know who I was. And truth is, it's kind of like when you're at the table and you smell something that doesn't, you know, it's not right, you don't put it in. You know, they knew something wasn't right with the person that I was presenting, and it created a pushback, a resistance, a drawback. They kind of were like, yeah, something's not right. I'll give you an example. So, and this is a good one. It may not be a good one to you, but it's a good one to me. So we had this little church thing, and you know how they, you know, everybody brings something and you set it up, and there looked over on this table all the pies and desserts and sweet things, and I looked for the smallest piece. Just so you know, Ira Kelly, I looked for the smallest piece of whatever was over there, like the one that barely, like, looked like it was just the leftover of the spoon scrapings. And I saw this thing, I thought, oh, that looks like it might be, you know, it's some kind of creamy white mint green looking thing. that might be like a minty pie. I could use that freshness. So I reached over and I grabbed it and I was like, okay, this is my little treat. This is my little treat. I'm gonna have my little treat. It's got to be some kind of sweetness. It's got a little bit of mint in it because it's got that greenness and it's a holiday. I'm in for this. Yeah, and I had the cookie crust, but it was only like this big, just so you know. You know, I go to put my fork in. I go to put it towards my mouth, and all of a sudden I'm like, I smell peanut butter. I'm thinking somebody around me's got peanut butter. I go to put it in my mouth. It's peanut butter pie. I hate the taste of peanut butter, and I hate the taste of peanut butter pie. I wanted to just it out the room. Well, somebody had tricked me. Honestly, they had tricked me. They had deceived me. They had lied to me. They had come false witness before me with this thing, because peanut butter pie should be peanut butter color. I don't know why this peanut butter pie thing was almost like creamy milky white. I couldn't consume it. It didn't match up. There was this disconnect. From now on, I'm going to be afraid of anything that does not, like, even if it's milky white, I'm going to fear that it's going to have peanut butter. I'm not going to go near it. It's not going to be on my plate near my mouth for the rest of the holiday season. Now I got peanut butter pie and pumpkin spice latte ham that I'm avoiding. What I mean by that is, just because something looks right, it ain't right. When you're trying to put on this fake air, be pretend, dress up, look a certain way, people will know who you are and they will try and connect to you. And because you're false, because you're unreal, because you're not authentic, they can't find you behind all of that mask, behind all of that stink, behind all of that clutter, behind all of that pumpkin spice latte, peanut butter flavored pie stuff that you've been smearing yourself with. And then you walk through life going, why doesn't anybody come to my aid? Why doesn't anybody help me? Why doesn't anybody believe in me? And you start complaining that the universe isn't there to help you, and you haven't been involved with the universe. The fake you, the pretend you, the masked you, the artificial you, yeah, that person's been involved with the universe. But the real needed you, the person that you were divinely created to be, the person that you were called into existence, hasn't shown up yet. And so how can the universe, your friends, your family, your support, your team, whatever, reward you, support you, and encourage you if you're not showing up? So quit playing the games. Quit trying to be somebody something, the perfect spouse, the perfect child, the perfect mother, the perfect father, the perfect churchgoer, whatever it is. Quit trying to play these roles and just be you. Step into you. And if they don't like it, all right. They don't have to take a second spoonful of that peanut butter pie stuff. They can just push it to the side, move on. But at least they will know you. At least you will be authentically you. At least you will show up as who you are in the moment, and they can love on you, and they can encourage you, and they can support you, and they can get to know you. Because we are in the season, the holiday season. I tell you, I know this from experience. I lived it. We would sit in, not this car, but we would sit in the car and go, okay, remember, here's our story. When we see so-and-so, this is our story. This is who we would practice role play. I know there's somebody out there, spouse or otherwise, thumbs up. You've role played what you're going to do before you get into the party, into the event, into the thing. Remember, this is our story. Stick to it. Because my boss is in there, my team members are in there, my ex whatever's in there. Just show up as you, please. The world needs you. They need the authentic and complete and total you. They don't need the practiced and the rehearsed and the scheduled and the planned and the, over dramatized. They just need you. So be authentic. Hold to the authentic you. It's going to be a challenge. It's going to be difficult. You're going to have to push and grunt your way up the hill and fight to hold on to you and fight to be authentic and fight to be genuine. But I promise you this, one day of being you is so much better than a lifetime of pretending to be somebody else. We need you, your business, your family, your faith. They need you. The world needs the authentic you. Now, if you don't know what the authentic you is, then that's what you and I need to talk about in coaching, or you need to find a mentor, or you need to find a quiet place, or you need to find a journal and begin to rediscover who the authentic you is. And I understand that sometimes the authentic us gets lost because we're busy being a mom, or busy being a dad, or leading a team, or doing this, or caring for that. And we spend so much energy going out that we never take enough time to look inward and remember who we are and what our dreams are and what our thoughts are and what we want to become. And a great place is go out and buy you a $1 journal. And here's the thing, please, oh Lord Jesus. I'm sorry, Dr. Kelly Kelly. I don't know why church is up in me. It must be that peanut butter pie thing. Don't go out and buy a $20 journal, spend all day at Barnes & Noble looking for it, only to have it sit on your bookshelf. Go grab one of your kids' notebooks from last year that they didn't finish using for 3rd grade math, tear out the pages they used, and start writing in that if that's what it's going to take. But write down, I love, I dream, I want. I write down, just get to know you. Write everything down that you want for you in your life. The things that make you dance, the things that make you sing, the things that make you cry and go, oh, I remember back before I had kids, I wanted to do this. Oh, I remember back when my spouse and I first got together, we talked about this, and I'd love to finish that. I remember how as a kid, I was really good at doing this, or in college, this was my passion. Get all of that back into you. Get to know you. Get to know your passion, your purpose, your dreams, your desires. And then hold on to that notebook and read it every day and say, you know what, this is who I am. Yeah, sometimes I'm the mom that cleans up the puke from the car ride when the kid got sick. Yeah, that's sometimes who I am. But I'm also this person that loves to write, loves to sing, loves to dance, loves to inspire, loves to service. Yeah, sometimes I'm the spouse that, goes to the company Christmas parties to make my husband look good or my wife look good. But I'm also the person that loves to spend time alone, writing and reading and dancing or running or whatever. Find you and then explode you this holiday season. Cover the Christmas tree with you if that's what it's about. But become you again. Be authentic to who you are. Live authentically into you. Because as you approach 2019 and setting these goals, you want these goals to come from inside of you. You want them to be connected to you. You want them to be authentic to who you are. And so how's that going to happen if you're not living you now? When you sit down on January 1st and you say, this is what I want for 2019, and you start writing out your goals and your dreams and your resolutions, you better know who you are, because that's what you're going to be living in 2019. All right? Well, so yes, I came a little authentic. It's a little rough. It's no shave today. Up in the mountains, did the run, did the time with the kids. And it's just, things sort of fall apart a little bit when we're up here. And I'm like, you know what? So what? It's my life. It's a life that I get to live, and I love it. And I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for when we get up here in the mountains, because Lord, it's chaos and confusion. And it takes me out of my element. It takes me out of my routine. It takes me out of the predictability, and it connects me back to my family. It connects me back to my kids. It connects me back to myself. And it just sometimes getting out of the rut is the best way to see what the rut is doing to you. So thank you, Daniel Gomez. I appreciate that. Maybe we'll just go ahead and let it last through Thanksgiving. We'll see. My mother used to hate beards. She used to think, I'm not going in there. Anyhow, I wish you guys a fantastic week. This is a work week. I know many of us are still in the office grunting it out, performing. I love you for it. I don't believe in, I love people that start, like I always said in real estate, who I coach a lot of realtors, which is funny. My successful realtors are already like, are we still coaching on Thursday? Did we have a coaching call on Thursday? Like, they want to have their coaching call on Thursday. My successful realtors, the ones that are not so successful, especially people in sales, Daniel, you can relate, somewhere around that Halloween, pre-Halloween weekend through about, I don't know, Martin Luther King Day, they all think that's like one big long holiday. Like, it's just one continuous eating, snacking, festive, not production period. I mean, it's a holiday. It's Thanksgiving. It's one day. I'm going to stick to it as close as I can. Ira's growing his back. Oh, Lord. Now I've got to compete with Ira on this. I give up. Anyhow, Much love. You make my grateful list. Thank you. Thank you. Even with my my peanut butter pie story, Lord, I think they need to label that food. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's just you and me. All right, y'all. It's just us up here in the car. I think, this is my thinking, when you go to one of those church buffet things and they've got all the food, that everybody brought in, I think it should be a requirement. Two things. One, they should label what it is. But two, they should label who it cooked. Now, I'm not saying anything about anybody's cooking. I'm not saying anything. But you and I both know that when we walk through that buffet line, we're thinking, like, all right, who cooked this? Because there's some people up in here, I'll eat their food. The other people, I don't know. I don't know them well enough to be eating their food. So I think it should be mandatory without restrictions that when you bring an item to a church function and it's food, you should put what it is and then who cooked it so that we can be fully informed of our choices. But I'm sorry, that's just me. That's my craziness. And that's where I'm going to step out because clearly I've had too much holiday food. My brain is mush. I wish you guys a fantastic day. Go out and live today with success. It is yours. You are worthy. And be authentically you. Live into who you are and celebrate who you are. It's the uniqueness of you that makes you great. All right? I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern. Till then, go out and have a day of success. Bye-bye, everybody.